Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. Of course, you know that let me know if you know Hannibal depend the works. Let me know if you can hear me. I notice the the damn you call it YouTube thing here. Then the YouTube Facebook thing here. Like it, I think it can get any worse. But when I hear me, right? Yeah, but unmuted the mic on purpose too. But more of the reasoning here. As you can see on your screen, that the conversation will be very we call it now, maybe controversial by some standards. It's a very controversial conversation. Yeah, it's a conversation that we must have, especially in African the African community. Yeah, in the African community, it is this conversation. We must have this conversation in the African community. It's time now for us to stop skipping around this conversation. It's time now for us to be honest with this conversation. You understand? Yeah. It's time for us to come to this realization that avoiding this conversation is gonna lead further deterioration of the Africans households. Yeah, we're gonna have more single mothers raising our children. We talk about crime and violence and all of them things. We that is crime that is plaguing the society, but we don't realize that one of the major factor of criminality is missing fathers, and there are many reasons why the fathers are missing. Yeah, most of it is by design for the fathers them not to be in the households. It is by design because when the fathers leave, yeah, the system is waiting for your children, whether through your female children getting molested, where they have to go through the justice system, through the criminal justice system, where they actually work, indirectly work for the justice system, because they have to participate in a court system, in a trial, where everyone gets paid except the victim. You understand? Everyone, the judge, the clerk of court, the prison warders, you name it. Everybody gets paid except the victim. The boys, they are raised without fathers, and then they have to go out there in the world and for themselves. Some get molested, they end up turning into some end up turn into the same character that molested them, and some turn to crime because they are being raised by criminals that became criminals through the same channel or the same portal. That is what is happening in our society, and we as men are hiding away from this conversation because we are afraid of losing out. We are afraid of our women walking away. We fall in love with someone, and we become attached to that person emotionally. Yeah, we become attached to the person emotionally that we choose to just abide by the rules that the European implemented, because we became too emotionally vulnerable. Yeah, no, I'm good. We became too emotionally vulnerable. You see what I say? Like there's no balance with our emotions. We're afraid to lose out. We're afraid to lose a woman. We're afraid she walks away. And we get to the point where, oh, she has a good vagina. She's this. She can cook. She can wash. She can do all of these things. And you are afraid of someone else getting her. So you continue to live this lie. So make a reason upon it. Zane, make a reason upon it. As Imhotep said, it's going to be thought provoking, but we need to stop hide from the conversation. We need to have a conversation here. You see what I say? So I'm going to look a piece at the show last night. Last night was wonderful in England. You understand? Them can't deny greatness. Last night was wonderful. Here's a little piece of freestyle. Because you know, say, we are the king of the stage. So we know for beef it up and nice it up all with new lyrics. Bam. Everybody keep free and right the price. Put up like rice for nowadays. Raise up the price, you have to pay for the price. Pay for the price. Pay for the price. Pay for the backside. When them a walk inside, them a go capsize. If me tell you who you go cost with the spice. Ladies don't listen when them a tell lies. If you want to know the truth, come check me size. Yo. But like me. You don't know them no bad like me, don't it? All new lyrics we use and mash up that man. And we are the baddest thing on stage. Big up the king being man. You understand? Yeah, man. King of the dance hall. Big up yourself. Me can't say that enough. When last stage one here, a DJ chat a brand new lyrics and mash up the place. We have it locked, man. We have it Hannibal. You don't know the thing Hannibal. We have it Hannibal. We have it thing locked. You see it? Well, Keyman, big up yourself. Keyman say, I am one of them polygamist. Big up yourself, Keyman. A man we are living I'm truth. Yeah? Big up yourself. Zane. Father Rope, your people them had a great time. They came out and they had a great time. Big up yourself. No make a jump on the reasoning because we don't want it to get carried away and too long. And of course, if you disagree with the reasoning, just make do it respectfully, yeah? Presenting facts. All right, we are presenting facts. So if you disagree with anything that we have to say, let us be respectful in the comment and let us be respectful to the ladies as well. Because remember what do you call it now? Remember that we were in a certain way, you know. Remember some of the emotions that we developed, um, you know, are not genetically passed down. They are like emotions, are their attributes that we developed through our social construct. So we have to understand that as well. You understand? You have to understand that. So let us be respectful to the ladies and respectful to the brothers them who are not into polygamy. Yeah, big up on yourself. If you can do it, do it. If that makes you happy, do it. We're not here to judge anyone and tell anyone them are a gallus and them a fool. You understand me? I say, big up on yourself. All right. Now, before we get into the reason, we want to watch a little video and what conversation. This video basically triggered this conversation. Yeah, I'm gonna share this video with you. This video is Meg's actually sent me this video. Is when I say Meg sent me this video, and I think it was maybe a bad send. A bad send. I don't think Meg's really So she sent me that video. Yeah, it was a bad send. Yeah. All right, check out this video. You ready? Check out this video.
Time, she and the lady was in one room talking. She and the lady was in, the pregnant lady was in one room talking. The lady said he told her that that's her husband told her that he's not married, he's in a relationship, but the relationship is toxic, the relationship is not good, and they sleep in separate rooms, that kind of thing, but he's there for the children. That's what he told her. She said, you know what, they've been together for 4 years, this is their second child, not their first, second child. They have a daughter which is 2 years old. So at this time, she and the lady was in one room talking. She and the lady was in one, the pregnant lady was in one room talking. The lady said he told her that that's her husband told her that he's not married, he's in a relationship, but the relationship is toxic. The relationship is not good, and they sleep in separate rooms, that kind of thing, but he's there for the children. That's what he told her. She said, you know what, they've been together for 4 years, this is their second child, not their first, second child. They have a daughter which is 2 years old.
All right, so this is part two of part three. Yeah, but I think this part here will tell the whole story. Um, we kind of can infer in here. So basically, what she's saying? This man, he has two women, but he lied. He has been lying, and he told one of the women that he lives with his child's mother, but they sleep in separate rooms. They are not on good terms. All right, they sleep in separate rooms. How many men out there doing this? You think this is unique to this one individual? There are so many men out there living this lie. There are so many men out there living this lie, meeting someone, and they think that, oh, I have to lie to this person. I'm interested in this person. I'm attracted to this person. I like this woman. She has no one. She's not involved. I like her. But I'm going to have to tell her a lie so I can get into her clothes. I'm going to have to tell her a lie so I can get with her. In truth, some women or some men, they meet a woman and there is no discussion about um, any other person, any significant other in their lives. They hit it off. They hit it off, fast. They start dating, they start going out, and none of this conversation will come up until after them get intimate. When they get intimate, the woman turns to the man. Um, so tell me something. Are you seeing anyone else? So the man take a hard swallow off his spit. He take a hard swallow. And he's on the brink sometime to say, you know, but something, the fear, this person that you've been dating for a few months or a few weeks or whatever, the fear now of losing this person we just had the best um, intimate relationship with. The person who you can talk to for hours on the phone, the person who you and this person can reason. This person bring a little spice to your life was dull. You're married and you have your wife at home, but this person just bring a light to you. Yeah, your wife not even have sex again because she believe that she must stay home and just put on a bag of weight. She believe that, she can just look anywhere around the house now because, of course, so the man meet this person and there is just a light. There is, and the first thing he's gonna, oh, yeah, I'm actually, I'm married, but me and my wife is about to divorce and we're trying to file for divorce, and I actually sleep in separate room. We're at the house, and common lie that men tell. It's a common lie. You see? It's very common. So that is the situation based on what the lady is saying here. You see?
And this baby that she's carrying is gonna be their second child. Temper was high, like with my friend and all these things. And then when I went there, I was like, even though whatever was happening, and I said to her, really and truly, we can't even blame her much. And my friend said, honestly, I'm not even mad with her. I'm mad with him. I'm not mad with her because based on what she's telling my friend, what he told her, that's why she was going off. So this guy have 3 kids alive plus 1 on the way. Because he has 2 with my friend, 1 with this lady, and a second one on the way. Living a whole complete life. So what this guy did, my friend, he was working at such time, and he would leave at such.
First thing, first thing, she, you see, she seems to be heavily involved in this situation. She seems to be the backbone of this situation. Because if we, as we are watching or we're seeing, she's the one who's out here talking about the relationship. She's the one who's taking this public to tell us about this man. She's telling someone else's story, not her story, you know. She's telling us someone else's story. Yeah, because it's a social media era that we're in, and of, you know, this may go viral. So she wants to be the face of this story. So she's saying the man has 4 kids. He has 3 and 1 on the way between 2 women. Yeah, he has 3 kids and 1 on the way. And through this all, he's been lying to both women. Then why a man have to tell a lie, even though he's fathering children with 2 women? Because it's the way how them set it. The way how them set the the social construct. It's them set it that way here, you know, for you to either you're gonna lie about this situation, or a woman, if you're talking to a woman, if you're dating a woman and she gets pregnant, you're gonna force her to abort the baby because you don't want that to get out there. You don't want to have any attachment. You don't want no luggage with the relationship. So you force her to abort the baby. Or in some circumstances, kill the woman. Because he don't want his wife to find out that he has fathered another woman. A fathered another child with another woman. Or he's involved in another relationship. Why? Because if finds out, or if the significant other finds out, she's going to take away everything. She's going to kick him out the house, and she's going to block him from seeing his other children. A man fathering a child with another woman has to be a liar out there, and he is hiding it. And talking about he's living in another room, and he's about to get a divorce, or whatever it is. He's doing this because he's afraid of you taking away his children. The social construct is, or the way they set the system is, if a man cheats on his woman, quote unquote, cheats on his woman, what you do? Divorce him. You go into court. They bring up the contract that you signed with this woman. And that is the reason why a lot of men are running from marriage. Women are saying, oh, if you're with this man for 10 years and he does not marry you, he doesn't love you, it's rubbish. Men are afraid of you taking away everything Men are afraid of you walking away with everything or taking him back into the courthouse with the contract that you and him signed, the agreement that you and him signed, the European agreement that they designed. Some man afraid to lose them children. Men are afraid. So this man with four children, three and one on the way, he's afraid to lose his children. He's afraid to lose maybe a relationship that he developed. He's afraid to lose out on maybe companionship and whatever it is. It's obvious I'm interested in both of them. It's obvious that him have some feelings or some connection with both of them. Why am even a lie? Because if it were just somebody who him just want a one night off, he would have just get the one night and gone. And if you that he's telling that you are not really in a relationship, he's just obviously he doesn't want to lose you either. Because if he found someone else, he would have just kick you out of the house and say, yo, I found someone else. And then the conversation would be, I am with this man for 10 years and he found another woman and him kicked me out of the house and him wicked. That would be the conversation. Him kicked me out of the house. Me help bill him. Him never used to have nothing. Him never used to have no work. Him used to work. That's it. You're going to tell the whole world that cruel man him kick you out of the house. Him cannot come home to you and say, Mama, I'm interested in somebody else. I mean, I think it is safe. I mean, I think it is right for you to be living here. So you what? I want to go and leave the children. Nah. He ain't going to go to the world and say he was honest. He told me that he found someone else and he told me to get out of his house. First thing they're going to tell you, why you not tell him to leave? Or if you're married, you're going to take him down to the courthouse and what's going to happen? The judge is going to tell him to leave. So this man will work hard over the years to help build this home. Put in hours. You stayed home. Some of you women stay home. And some of you women contribute. But he sometimes the main breadwinner or the main builder or the contributor. And you take him down to the courthouse because he came home and told you the truth that he found someone else. And you call up all your friends and you tell them the world how him wicked. You see? So which man is going to come home and say to you, honey, I met someone today, and I think I want you to meet her. If hot oil is going to throw it on him. Because them teach you that in our society that women must behave this way if the man give her bun. Or the guy that always talk to you on the phone or on the social media, you're going to jump in your inbox and start entertaining him. If the man come on interested in someone else, the little man where I look you at work, you're going to give it to him. And here's the wickedest thing. You're not going to give it to him because you want to be in a relationship with him. You're going to give it to him. You're going to give him some sex. You're going to give him some head. You're going to give him some. You're going to let him do whatever he wants to do with you. Because you are revengeful. Now you want to get back at your man, at your husband. You turn all way. You turn the husband at the house, so you never get some positions. You turn every position and give this man just because you want to be, you want to approach this thing from a vengeance standpoint, from a revengeful standpoint. That man can get all a threesome from you. That man can get you to do anything, people on you, everything. Because now you're that your husband tell you, say, him interested in somebody else. And this man you go give the sex to, you don't care if him have another woman. As a matter of fact, him tell you, say, him have him wife. As a matter of fact, you know that he has his wife. She'll give him some sex just to get back at your husband or your boyfriend or your partner. Because them set it this way where a man cannot be honest. A man cannot come to you and tell you that, I'm interested in someone else. You're gonna say, okay, then what if a me did come tell us and me interested in somebody else? You don't want to lick me in my face. You don't want to beat me up. You don't want this. You don't want that. That's gonna be the conversation. But that is basically going against nature. Because the cup have the different mixtures are mixed up night because science tell we say when the different mixtures are going in the cup, it causes all form of what? Infection and all kind of imbalances. It tells us that. So we can't go against nature. You see? They're gonna say, oh, so him want to go sleep with other woman and come give me disease. But the same people that created the social construct, they created the disease as well. Because they wanted to decrease the population in Africa. And decrease the population wherever they could to let them stay as this. But if men and women were being honest, no man wouldn't have to go out there go sex. No little strange woman we meet. No man wouldn't have to go out there go meet as him see a woman so him want to jump in a bed with her. He may not know say, yo, this go by us. He might have go through mama. He might have go through him other wives. Arm wife. Before him can even entertain a conversation with this woman. And if she said, no, I don't think this is the one for us. She have the spirit of discernment, where woman, the African woman, used to have the spirit of discernment. Now they have the spirit of discernment to go to heaven. The African woman, they do not have the spirit of discernment again to know when a sister is vibrating on the wrong frequency. Because a sister can tell when a sister a bad out a road. A sister can sit down with a sister for 2 minutes and know that she run her body red. That is the spirit of discernment where the mama have. Yes, what may I say? But we lose that because them take with that from we and give them European construct. So a lot of men are lying. A lot of men are happy relationships. A lot of men out there have grabbed any little frack tail we pass him because he's an unhappy man at home. He might live a lie. Some of you turn your back, give the man a night time. Go and listen to the sister.
That's a lie. When he leave work, he would go to this girl, do all these things like a whole family situation. Go out. On the weekends when he said he was working, he wasn't working. That's a lie. Yes, and I asked my friend, like, there was no sign. And honestly, to me, I never saw anything with him. He already looked like a straightforward kind of guy. He was living a complete double life. Complete double life he was living.
That is the term for it, double life. Double life he was living. And of course, they teach these women to have the eyes for the perfect man. Hear what she said? He did not look like that type of guy. He did not look like that type of person. Because a lot of men out there that fit this description, they pretend to be the perfect guy. So when them see a old dog like me, them already know say him don't look his way. Because them don't mark you already as a old dog. Yeah, him look like a old dog. So them always look for this perfect man. Them out there looking for this perfect guy, and they have a certain you have to have a certain characteristic for them to look for. So well dressed, working, the working class. So she according to her, he looked like the perfect guy. So now they're disappointed because the perfect guy turned out to be a liar. So now they have to chastise him and publicly. So other women can get in the chat and share their story as well. Why so many women can share the story? Because many, almost, or maybe all of us are living a lie. That is the reason why your story is so. Your story is relatable because many of us are living a damn lie. We have to come home and lie to you about anybody where we are talk to. We can't tell us that we find our next woman. We can't show to our next wife, our potential wife. You're going to throw the hot oil in our ears when we're sleeping. Or you're going to go sleep with our best friend to make sure so when you're hurt we back the wickedest way. You hurt us back in way according to but you hurt us back in way by sleeping with our neighbor. Just for us to find out. And you're gonna boast and post his picture all over the internet with you and him going on dates. And all your friends gonna laugh at us and ridicule. And your friends gonna take our pictures and our story and blast it all over the internet. And your friends gonna see us with someone new and come under the comments, come talk about how we dog your friend. So this person that we are dating now should watch out for you because you are liar. Liar. Him just tell my friend one bag of lie. You jump in at the girl inbox and tell her everything you know about this man. So this man should be punished for the rest of his life because he had to lie to your friend. Because man can't know truth about here. So why are you so angry about the lies that we're telling if we cannot tell you the truth? Accept the lies. When you find out, you just find out. Don't act like you're surprised. Like you're surprised, just accept the lies. You see?
Guy send me after everything. He texts me and tell me what he's gonna do if he see me. He's gonna slap me in my face. I said, honey, I'm not telling you you can't do it, but make sure when you slap me, I'm breathless. Okay. And I went to the police station and I filed a complaint again. And I filed a complaint.
So it is obvious that she is either she's the one who told her friend about this. So she's the one who exposed the man, it seems. Or she's the one who influenced her friend to end the relationship. Yeah. Kick the man to the curb. So of course the man is threatening her, which I do not support. So the man is threatening her to do her harm because she messed up whatever he had. She's proud of it. She's one proud woman to destroy that union or that situation because she's not thinking that, you know what, these children now may be without their father. You see, she's not thinking now that Joe Grind might move in and start molest the children. She's not thinking that, listen to me, you're destroying a relationship with not just these women and this man, but their children. One woman is pregnant and there are 3 kids, but you are so involved in this situation, you're so invested in this situation that you are not thinking about the children. So what's going to happen? These women, let's say they leave this man alone, they're going to stay single, right? Because wherever you run to, sisters, you're going to find the same polygamous situation. Any man come tell you about him now look on another woman, lie. And some of them not looking on other women, to be truthful. Some of them looking at other men. So what's gonna happen is a lot of you women, you're gonna start realizing that men are gonna just move on and leave the problems. And men are gonna start working with sisters that, you know what? I've come to the realization that I'm not going to kick him out the children's lives because of this thing called jealousy. I'm not going to just base this relationship or this union on sex. We are a family. You see? A lot of your sisters going to realize that wherever you run to, you're going to run to the next mongrel. Because what they did to us, they turned lions into mongrel dogs to behind every frack tail. So we have no discipline. We have zero discipline. So we want to go over this, so go jump that man there fence, to go sleep with his woman or his woman. We don't understand boundaries. We don't understand that if Imhotep has his 3 wives, those are Imhotep's wives. We don't understand that if Kirk has his 2 wives, those are Kirk's wives. You see? And the only way, even based on tradition, intervene into that situation is if Kirk passed away. And I'm there now taking care of his household as a brother. Because it's not just about sex. It's about making sure that these children are, and his wife. Because he passed away and she should not be entering into another relationship where a man is going to beat her and kick her down and abuse the children. So I'm going to step in, or Imhotep going to step into my household and raise my, because this thing is not based on sex. And Father Rope is going to move into his brother's household and make sure that the kids are going to school and they're properly fed. That is the way how we were until the Europeans came and turned us into mongrel dogs. We were the protector of the pride. They removed the pride and gave it to some other people who cannot even procreate. So now when you say pride, everybody said. So this sister feels brazen to come on the internet talking about, oh, the man is a dog. Yes, they turned us into dogs. Lying dogs. Because they based our relationships on sex. They based our relationship on the bed. It's not about building the community anymore. It's not about building our family structure. It's about sex. So every man want to jump over another man's fence to go sleep with his wife because the man gone out, gone work. And when you check a stock, Jerome is not your child. Sean is not your child. Abigail is not your child. All the children are not yours because while you were out there working for how many hours to feed your family, a man not jump your fence because him not have no discipline. Him not have no respect. But if they were instilling that in us as from we were children, a man that know for respect boundaries, and we don't have fathers in the house them and raise the children them. But now you want to break up a relationship because your friend got hurt by a liar. What about the children? What about the children? And y'all believe that this social construct is the thing for black people, for African people?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of him at all. This guy is putting me, texting me, how I ruined his life. I said, I did not ruin your life. I did not sleep with anybody. I did not bring you, I did not pull your pants down and put your penis into somebody else.
So the man basically said she ruined his life. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sister. But you don't even know that because they created this. You are manufactured. Of course, he ruined his life. Not just him, his children's lives. And you're talking about, oh, you did not put his penis in someone else? Because you're all basing this thing on sex. Because y'all think that you're so way up there that you don't even realize that sex has become your main concept of a relationship. Sex has become the centerpiece of the Africans' relationship in the West, especially in the West, or the areas where the Catholic went and indoctrinated our people. Of course, he ruined his life. Are you going to be the children's father? Are you going to ensure they are protected? Are you going to ensure that no one comes into their lives and violate them mentally, physically, psychologically? You're so proud of what you did because you know why? Because that is the way of them teach you if you do it. But if you were in another society, maybe you would not be so proud of doing this. You didn't tell him to go put his penis in another woman. That shouldn't even be. And you know why you can be out here saying that? Because you have a mongrel, possibly, if you have one, that you have controlled with the Eurocentric doctrine. So you can be out here feeling proud of destroying another home because you have nobody around you or in your house to tell you this is not your business. You have nobody in your house who is living their truth. That is it. So you can be out here acting all bold and, you know, boastful of what you did. But if you have a real lion in your corner or in your household, he will roar at you. You see? With your European mindset. That is it. And it's possible that you do not have a lion or even a mongrel. And you just wanted to see your friends or your friend unhappy. Or at the same place they are, a single woman and I'm happy. The same thing I did to my husband and I'm happy. So you want your friend right where you are. Because a lot of you going when you mess up people's lives. Because you yourself are unhappy. You have given up. You have given up on men. Oh, me no want none of them dog, yeah. Because they taught you that we are mongrels. So maybe your life is empty or single, excuse me. Maybe you're on a single ladies corner. You're from the all of my single ladies circle. Happy and proud, independent single ladies. You see? And maybe you have boys that to the curb. And guess what? Those boys grew up so soft because mama play father and mother. You see? So when them go out into the world, whatever come, them just accept it. You see that? And we continue to live this lie. We continue to tell you guys lies because we are afraid of not taking away the children. We are afraid, mind the bonner man will become the husband, start raise them himself, or him want to raise them. And by the time them reach 20, them start cocaine and all kind of drugs because they have a secret that they can't tell daddy. Because mama tell them all the bad things about daddy. Mama told them all the nastiness about daddy. So them don't even have a relationship with them father. Because you're ensuring that you're my daddy. So you're out here destroying daddy. Because the children them are going to know who you attack. And now them are going to look upon daddy as a mongrel dog. As a dog shit. So even if those children are victimized, they're to daddy for help. They're not going to confide in daddy. Because of course, mama told them not to tell daddy anything. Because mama or mommy, she doesn't want daddy to say, you see it? And this you left me for. Because she's going to hold out bad just to prove a point that she done with the mongrel. She done with the dog. We need to have this conversation, ladies and gentlemen. With the point of respect and truth and honesty. And who in them feelings and who are worried about jealousy and who are worried about all of them things there. And any woman will want more than one man. Peace be with you. Peace be unto you, sister. Go have your 2 man, your 3 man. But just let me know. Let me know say you're here. So we can just get over the feelings that we have for you. We can just get over the because here we're going. We develop love for you, or whatever they call it. Whatever we have for you, we developed that. So over time, we will free ourselves from it. It's just that. And men must get to the point where you stop talking about you have to kill a woman and beat up a woman if she want to go about her business. Let her go. You never born in love with her. Born with all of these feelings where you have for her. You developed it. So you can let it go. You can win yourself off it. It'll take time. You see? It's going to take time. Some people can just boom, quick like that. You see? Simple as that.
How did you ruin your penis ruin your life? Your mouth and your penis ruin your life. I had nothing to do with it. So don't over here, don't come text me.
So now she reached a point where she doesn't even have any respect for the man. She's saying basically him is a eater because her friend tell her about his life. Because some of you women, you go and you share your bedroom stories with your friends. Come back and use it and ridicule the man that spent his life taking care of you and the kids. So she can come talk about his mouth and his penis ruined his life. Because she, who is your friend, lost all the respect, or if she had any, for this man. Because he had to lie. Because he went with somebody else. Because he fathered other children with someone else outside of this matrimonial home. So you totally have no respect for him. Because of course society created a mongrel. And this is how you treat mongrels. So you can out here talking about his mouth, ruined his life. And women think that you are the best type of friend until the next man move in and you have to do it all over again. Because that is what you women stand by for the next bad situation. Because you spend all your life waiting for your friend's life to go up in smoke so you can be the person to get them out of whatever they're in. So you can become the confidant, the counselor, the mouthpiece, the destroyer, the one who's going to destroy the man. So you can come talk about the man's mouth. In truth, when the woman meet the man, some of y'all did see him before she, and you did want a piece of him. And you're just venting right now because, you see it. Me glad say, I never me. Because now you find out, say, my dog, my mongrel. But you had this hate for him from a long time. From she tell you how him can jack it up and ram it up. You've been having this feeling for him. That are you. Your friend tell you about the man and you just did a fantasize and I say, wish. You wish I did you in the situation. But when the man, you know, when the man get exposed, you come now and talk all these things. A lot of you sit down and fantasize about about your friends' husbands. The story where them share with you. The story that they shared with you guys and telling you, oh, him are the wickedest thing in a bed. I know him, because the only way you know about his mouth is because your friend told you about his mouth. Your friend tell you, say, him eat good. So Yasmin is asking, being a provider excuses the promiscuity and boundary breaking, and history is supposed to excuse the more. Wow. You see, them teach you them big words there, promiscuity. They teach you those are the big words they taught you, that we are promiscuous. You see? Yep. And you call it a, you see? What is the behavior genetically, you know? Was the behavior genetically made or passed down? Who teach you the behavior? Because there you go again is sex. Promiscuous. It's all about sex. It's all about the bed. It's nothing else. Don't talk about nothing else but the bed. He's with another woman. Him in our bed. There's nothing else to it. So being a provider excuses promiscuity. And watch and learn, sister.
And yes, my friend, no, she's not doing the best, but she have two kids and she have to pick up the pieces. She have to do what she have to do for her kids. Two kids and she have to pick up me. And yes, my she's not doing the best, but she have two kids and she have to pick up the pieces. She have to do what she have to do for her kids.
You hear that? My friend is not doing well, but she has to pick up the pieces. She gonna have to do whatever she for the kids. Even go there with her next man with him woman. I go double up her job. And while she's doubling up the jobs, the kids them not have daddy around. She gonna do whatever she has to do to prove that she can do it on her own, independent girl. And then when it works, 5 years down the line, them have a story to tell. I did it on my own. And they claim that, oh, I did it without a father around. No, you drove him away because you based everything that he was doing on a bedroom situation. You based everything on the lie that he told you, that they basically turned us into liars. We can't be honest. But now he's gonna have to go find another woman to lie to. Because even this him not gonna learn. Because you know why? Because you are trying to turn lions into mongrels. And some of us still have that DNA in the lion. The DNA that let us realize that we are Africans and we are not Europeans. Because you take the mango out of Africa, it's still a mango anywhere you plant it. So now she's gonna have to pick up the pieces. No, you broke up the whole thing. That's why she have pieces, sister. And you're not sad. You're not you're not concerned about the pieces. You're happily out here proliferating the information. You don't care about the pieces. You don't care about what she's going through. Because if you did care, based on what you say, come like a you, make sure know where you're going. It come like it's you reveal the whole thing, or you influence, or whatever it is. But let's be honest. How many are you happy when you're seeing your friend happy? How many of you happy when you're seeing your friend living a happy life? And she's getting all the nice things to post on social media. And the man just bought her a brand new Benz. And the man just bought her a brand Louis Vuitton bag. And some nice red bottom. How many are you happy for her? Now we're in a social media era. Men are hiding left, right, and center. Men are afraid of women. Scared out of their mind. Some of you go on all them page and pose up. And when him shoot you a DM, you show it to your friend. And some of you send women his way on his DM. And when him shoot him shot, you show him. Because the red bottom them that him a buy are, you long time is long time you did jealous. It's not no you did jealous about it. You see? And Yasmin said, going by your logics, we really emotionally invested. Then why not be honest? What is heavily emotionally invested? Those are made up words. We can't invest in emotion, sister. It's not money. We want to turn investment in emotion into a transaction. So we can turn it on and turn it off when we please. And we can bankrupt it when we please. So we have heavily emotionally invested. And you tell the whole world, I've been so heavily emotionally invested. And men are running with this term as well. They are so heavily emotionally invested that they want to cut off your head when you want to go about your business. So it becomes a transaction. So them can transfer it to another person. You see? That is what it is. Sister.
The same night, the guy did not come home. I don't know where he went, but he never came home. She stayed by me. Her children were by me. I don't know if she's gonna divorce him. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm not gonna tell her to divorce him. She must know if she want to continue in the relationship or whatever the case may be. But I that this time, she and the lady was in.
Sister, You want to divorce him? She wants to divorce him. You're out here putting out all the information for her to divorce him. You want her to undo the contract. The piece of paper where the Europeans make us sign. The piece of paper, if you don't get it, we don't think so we don't love you. The piece of paper, it means so much for everybody come eat and drink and wish we well. And then whatever is happening in the relationship, even if it's going bad, y'all stay in the relationship because you're afraid to let down the amount of guests and the family members that came to support the wedding. But you're out here basically putting out enough information and strengthening her departure. But now the kids are by you. So even the kids now may be a little burden if she don't get a place quick and move. Because many of you take women out of them good household as friends. And when they come around and you start notice them bad habits, you start have second thoughts. You start treat them like garbage. But guess what? The man already move on because that's what mongrels do. The next fractal. Because one thing, when man stress, them want sex. Understand that? So a man we a ball, living in water for you, we gone. He might look for your next woman. To release the tension. You for weeks and months over a man will break your heart and you don't want the next man look on you because you want him back for good. And if you find somebody else while you're with him, you don't want him touch you again because that's the person you want. So you start turning your back to him. And start closing your eyes when you're and him having sex because you can't stand to look at him. Because now you're giving your emotions to someone else because you transferred it. You see? You transferred it. Yeah? No. Just in case you think I'm just talking out of hot here and I'm making up things, I could go to the facts of this whole matter. Alright? I will go to the facts of the matter. I could go to this. See? So the big question, what's the history of polygamy? And how serious a problem is it in Africa? So now, polygamy has become what? A problem in where? Africa. You see that, Father Rope? This is the question the Europeans them go do them research and asking, how serious a problem is polygamy in Africa? This was never a problem before the colonizers entered the motherland. But now they're asking how serious a problem is polygamy. So that is the reason why you find Yasmin Summers is speaking the way she's speaking, because it becomes a serious problem in Africa and to Africans who are colonized by the mind and the body and the soul. You see that, Marshall? This is what them studies are trying to make you know, say it is now a problem in the motherland that it was not a problem. Because them can't, you see, sister, the sister we're talking about emotions, Sister Yasmin. No one talked about the emotions that we had prior to the colonizers. But we're talking about the emotions that that is being manufactured now that you can transfer, because it's an emotional thing where you're investing, like it's an account you put it in. You see? So why are we asking this now? This week, wearing leopard skins and carrying South African President Jacob Zuma, 67, married his fifth wife in a traditional ceremony at his remote homestead in ZwaZulu, Natal. His first wife, whom he married in 1973, was there to see him wed a woman 30 years his junior. Now, first, a man married a woman in 1973, and she found out that he's with another woman. She going to take him to the courts and divorce him, even if she's 60. And she's going to get a little young boy to jump up. Because no man is going to really take up a 67 or 60-year-old woman and go give her back that life there all over again. But we don't think about that. So his first wife, who he married in 73, was there to see him wed a woman 30 years. His second wife stayed home to prepare the reception. He had two other wives, but he divorced one in 1998 and another committed suicide in 2000. So him still have the European concept of divorce. And that is the reason why one go to commit suicide, they show more attention to one than the other. And one start feeling left out, and one start feeling like she's not being taken care of in the ways where she should. The other day, paid a traditional dowry for his sixth fiancée. That means money. What's been the reaction to his latest marriage? Critics say polygamy does not fit the image of modern society. You hear that, Father Rope? Critics say polygamy does not fit the image of modern society. That is what it is. It sends the wrong message in a country with the world's highest rate of HIV/AIDS. And you know who took the AIDS there? You know who took the AIDS there? So now you're knowing, or you're learning, everything was done by design. Because polygamy does not fit the modern society, the Catholic society, or Catholicism. So they have to bring something to frighten you, to let you know that polygamy must end. Because we want to move in and take up space. And what a man needs to function, space. But we want to share the space with you because we want the resources. You see? And they wonder how they can afford 19 children on a state salary. First thing they want to, they change this thing to a state salary, and they tell you about children. So it's now about the children. How they care about it. How you care about children now? When you used to breed them, to farm, to plant, to build your economy, now you're worried about children. But Zuma's respect for tradition is endearing to many rural South Africans. They say it is more honest than hiding his mistresses and illegitimate children like Western politicians. You hear that again? The Africans, they said, not me, is more honest than hiding his mistresses and illegitimate children like Western politics. No, we didn't have no illegitimate children because no child is illegitimate. A piece of paper doesn't make a child illegitimate. You see? That's your blood. But of course, Westernization mixed up with Africanism. And they say polygamy is a right enshrined in South Africa's constitution. Why is it in the constitution? Because it is something traditional, but they mix it with like a European concept. So what exactly is polygamy? Having more than one husband or wife when there are more women to one man, that is properly called polygyny. When a woman has more than one husband, it is called polyandry. It takes many forms across the globe. In some cultures, one wife is shared by brothers. In others, a father and a common wife. In others, a man has wives. A man has many wives, up to 11 in the Arisi region of Ethiopia. In many, a widow is inherited by her dead husband's brothers, father, or even a son by another. Now, of course, your Western mind is going to go all over the place now and say, me, you idiot, no, sir, you sick my stomach. Like what makes it say. You think say a man could have come, a man brother could have come to your man. Me rather kill myself. But you was not brought up in that culture. They took you out of that space and put you in a their region where them can decide your sexuality. And that's the reason why they're forcing whatever they're forcing now on us. Because they legalize everything else sexually. Them soon legalize bestiality. But when it comes on to what they call it, when they call it bigamy, you go because that is not your feelings. You were not born a bigamy, but you can be born everything else. You were not born to love more than one woman, but you can be born to love everything else. Law's feet. I still have polygamy as a crime. Polygamy as a crime. Call it bigamy. How common is it? In 1998, this is interesting. In 1998, the University of Wisconsin surveyed more than 1,000 societies. This is very interesting, Imhotep. Over 1,000 societies. Of these, just 186 were monogamous. Out of 1,000 societies, only 186 were monogamous. Some 453 had occasional polygyny, which is polygamy. And in 588 more, it was quite common. So all of the emotionally invested people, these are not human beings. So them have no emotion. Just 4 featured polyandry. So that's for the women them who want to have more than one husband. Like pepper seed. If a man get a bun. Some anthropologists believe that polygamy has been the norm through history. This is not me saying this. In 2003, New Scientist magazine suggested that until 10,000 years ago, most children had been fathered by comparatively few men. You see that? This is history. Variations in DNA, it said, showed that the distribution of the X chromosomes suggested that a few men seem to have had greater input into the gene pool than, by contrast, most women seem to get to pass on their genes. Humans, like their primate forefathers, it said, were at least mildly polygamous, at least mildly. Humans, like their primate, we ancestors them. Who want to try suppress something we were born with. But you can tell us that your society that we live in, people were born that way. So we must accept them. But we can't tell you that we were born with the genetics of our forefathers. Well, me, mildly polygamous. It's me mildly polygamous, excuse me. Me's a mild polygamist. So take me as I am. A church in our Western society will accept people who were born that way and have gone that way and talk about Jesus loves everyone. But when you walk into a church with your wives, everybody start look around by you and say you're going to hell. But they're looking at other people that way and saying, let God judge them. One thing is sure, a father wrote, no woman can take the African out of me. Yeah. No woman can take the African out of me. If you want to take the African out of me, good luck. You ain't going. And if me can't live as an African, me I gonna live as a liar. I'm gonna live as a liar so your friends them can come make videos about if I cannot be an African. I am going to be a liar if I cannot be an African. So let me read this again. Humans like their primate, their ancestors, excuse me, it said, were at least mildly polygynous. Polygamy is very common in the animist, right? Which we basically Africans were adhering to or subscribing to before the colonizers came. We used animism before the colonizers they came. You see? And Muslim communities of West Africa. You see that? Now we are sure most of the West Indian descendants of the slaves them come from West Africa. So if something throughout the centuries has been very common among us people, and this is where the slave trade was predominantly happening. How is it that you don't want to turn Africans into mongrels? How do you want to take lion out of Africa and turn them into poodle dogs? One who can beard and control, one who can treat how you want to treat them. We are not poodle dogs or mongrel dogs, we are lions. If a lion can no longer take care of his pride and the needs of his pride, another lion come kick him out and take over. I saw it go. Go find another pride. You're weak. But just know, say, if you never fight till death, you know that the next lion might come kill your offspring them. Just like how the next lion and treat your children them. Or him want to treat them. Because you gave up without a fight. No lion can't enter into no man, not supposed to enter into your pride and take over. You're supposed to know where your pride is at all times. That is the reason why when the lion is them a hunt, anytime trouble, the lion appear from nowhere. Because he's always looking out. The lions them act better than we. So them say we have sense. And we turn poor woman have we under their arm, under them arm, a rock we. You're a poodle. Your husband is a poodle. So here. So it's very common in West Africa. In Senegal, for example, nearly 47% are said to feature multiple women. It is relatively high still in many Arab nations. Because the Arabs then came to Africa and saw the way we lived and said, well, I like that part of everything. And they took the parts that they liked. And if you as an African wanted to live how the Arabs were now living after them kill off everybody, you have to turn to Islam so you can go back to your tradition. Some on the population of Israel, it stands at 30%. According to the Salt Lake Tribune, as many as 10,000 Mormon fundamentalists in 2005 lived in polygamous families. So all the Mormons, them live the African way. But they are talking about emotionally invested. What are polygamy's origins? No one knows, according to them. No, them don't know. But there are clues. There are clues. Common in places where pre-colonial, get that word clear. Pre-colonial mean before the ship arrived. The ships them arrived, excuse me. The pre-colonial economic activity centered around subsistence farming, which requires a lot of manpower. Africa being a prime example, high levels of infant mortality may be a factor. When many children do not survive past the age of 5, a family needs more than one child bearer to be economically viable. So there you go with your emotionally invested self because you base all of this polygamy on sex, not economics. So your boys are out there wiping car glasses, and your boys are out there getting trained by the Don. And your boys are out there getting picked up by the rich man who turned him into, hey, so him can come on social media, come about, me a picture with you. You see? Because it's not about building the community. But the Africans, they saw it that way. So when they're coming out talking about, oh, salary, basic salary to feed 19 children, that was not the case. It was economic. It was basically pre-economic activities, the way our people saw it fit to survive. That's the reason why we're not surviving. They took us out of our elements and teach us words about promiscuity and taught us words about emotionally invest till you start believing it, till you start being what you believed. Then there is war. When a lot of men die, having more than one wife boosts the population most swiftly. Because man used to have a fight. Black people for them own. That is the reason why we can sit around talking about, oh, I'm single. And each man must subscribe to his wife. And she must subscribe to her husband. Because we stop fighting for what is ours. Stop fighting for what belongs to them. That is how we did not need to be polygamous anymore, excuse me. So the Europeans then say, you know what? If we control them, they're going to stop fight. So we're going to use one book and control them for them stop fight. Because we'll leave all vengeance to something where them believe in. So them just going to live poor throughout eternity. And them will wait so one day the poor is going to inherit the earth and the meek. The poor is gonna be blessed and the meek gonna inherit the earth. So we base everything now on the bed when it comes on to polygamy. So the polygamous man, that him ancestors then passed down the DNA to him, is being by him wife friend, his wife's friend on the internet talking about, oh, I know of the kids and I don't know how she's gonna pick up the pieces. But if they had two halves, you gave pieces, ain't it so? So that then there is war. When a lot of men die, having more than one wife boosts the population more swiftly. The more wives a man had, the more military and political alliance he could forge. Wealth and status wrapped up in the number of wives a man had. You hear that? And I miss said this are not like when you go on a favorite vloggers them page. I want to hear say without any form of research. This a peer review and all kind of sitting. This a come from the top studies. Wealth and status became wrapped up in the number of wives a man had. A larger family became a source of pride. Now it's a curse. Now the man is this. Now the man is that. Now the man is a dog. Now you're going to station and report the man because he threatened you. But how did you get involved in the first place for the man to threaten you? Because you don't have no lion over your house. You have a little poodle over your house, if you have one. And I'm not saying this as a shameful shame anybody still. That was by design. You can learn from it or you can take it and cuss. You see? Jella Goins, I think, remember, it's not just a lot of women that are on the live, but marginalized. So I have to build the algorithms to get back the people them to come on the live because they have me at the bottom tier. Because they claim that I am a threat to the what them call it, the community. They said I'm actually marginalized. But it's all right. The few that are here, they will understand. And they will share it. Just like it and share it so people can see it, because you can't just leave it and think people are going to see it. They're not going to see it. Yeah? So, a larger family became a source of pride, while a smaller one was a symbol of failure and shame. You hear that? In our ancient belief, a small was seen as a failure and shame. You see, the Europeans, them, them not change them fundamentals, them just upgrade it. Africans, we wipe away, are totally wiped away our fundamentals. We don't upgrade nothing. You see the Spartan them? You see the Greeks them? If a child was weak, when a woman gave birth and the child had any form of deformity or any form of weakness or any form of signs that that child was suffering from any form of medical disability, you know what happened? The society executed that child because they wanted strong, brave warriors. Because that's the only way they could survive. And to this day, they still have strong, brave warriors. That is what the Europeans them live by. Them upgrade them fundamentals. Africans, we wiped away our fundamentals and continue to wipe away our fundamentals where our ancestors them survived on. Because we got a book. And we are now emotionally invested. And we are so scared of all the disease them. And we have lost our discipline. So you dare not go to your wife. I'm going to be honest tonight. You're mad? You're going to lose your children. But the Europeans them not have no problem with a whole family losing their sons and their daughters when them send them off to war. Because that's the way how them society survive. That is how they survive. You see? By contrast, a society with too few resources and too many people, polyandry is a way of limiting population growth. Right? Because of course them come now, them give a contrast and I say it limits population growth, right? But how few resources come into the argument? Because of course longer has the resources, have the resources. So by contrast, they're saying a society with too few resources, but we didn't have a resources problem. And it says here, a woman can only have so many children, no matter how many she has. Such considerations were often consciously political. Right? Consciously political, right? Politics came coming. Marrying widows was a social strategy for ensuring the orphans were cared for. Remember I told you this earlier on? Marrying widows were a social strategy for ensuring the orphans were cared for. The Prophet Muhammad, who had a mother for 25 years until his first wife died, married many of his other wives, 9 in total, because they were war widows. The Quran ordains that a Muslim can carry up to 4 wives. You see, they had put in that a Christian can have up to 4 wives, we will not be having this conversation, and that woman would not be on the internet talking about this man like that. And you will be not calling your husband a dog and talking about you're emotionally invested. Because some of you, you're so emotionally invested in your religion, you would accept us with our 4 wives. Talk to me, no man. Talk to me, no man. If they had put it in the Bible, in the New Testament, because they gave us a little taste of it in the Old Testament, when God said to David, all you had to do is ask me for more women if you wanted more women. And the Jews are still living by that. That is the reason why they do not subscribe to the New Testament and John died. You see? If they had put in the Bible that it is okay for men to marry 4 women, more men would be in the church. Men are running leave the church. Men are running leave them family because them can't have up to 4 wives like the Muslims. And a lot of our brothers are gone into Islam because they want 4 wives. Many traditional African societies had a similar custom of widow inheritance to keep the extended family and its property together. You see? Through the centuries, other political leaders have seen similar advantage. In Germany in 1650, the Parliament of Nuremberg decreed that because so many men were killed during the 30 Years' War, every man was allowed to marry up to 10 women. These were in the West. This was the norm in the West when they were losing men. But we can't have this as a norm now, with all of our brothers gone to prison. So our women now are talking about, all our families are talking about they want women. All our little girls are coming home now. Mom, dad, this is my girlfriend. So we cannot normalize this now. Your woman gone, left you. So many single women out there because most of our brothers are gone to prison or cannot provide for their family because they have a police record. A lot of them turn to the first little violence and the first move when him go on. If you make a money, if you take care of the children, then because him don't want you to leave him and go give this another man, so him go mash a little works because him have a police record. The first time him go mash a works, it sweet him, and him continue to go back until him get cold-hearted. And he becomes the biggest murderer. And then society sized him and pray every day for him dead. And when him dead, then put him up on YouTube and talk about, look at your screen. But it was okay for them to have up to 10 women. They were losing men. But it's not okay for us to take care of the sisters out there. We have no man. It's okay. Start promoting what? Start promoting same-sex marriages and all them things to them because there's an alternative. So they know, and promote independent and promote all these movements and Section 8 and all of them things here. Promote these things. They no longer need men. But in those days when they were losing men at war, they okayed for men to marry up to 10 women because they needed children fast and quick so they could throw them into the military. And boy babies were the prize. A prize baby. Excuse me. But we continue to lie to ourselves, talking about, who me? You're not cheat on your mama. Your mama, you alone me love, you know. You're lying. In 2001, President Bashir of Sudan urged more than one wife to increase the population. It's okay for him to increase the population if it's a population thing. So it's not emotionally invested anymore. Oh, take more than one wife to increase the population. Duh. But the West teach you to base everything on sex. So comes the president of Sudan now talking about increased population. I thought everything was based on just sex and having and promiscuity. Arguing that it was the huge population of India that had brought them rapid economic development. But the key word here is what? Take more than one wife, not girlfriends. A little boy have girlfriends. Girlfriends cheating, a little boy something. Our brothers must stand up on them foot and start promote this in our society for fathers staying at them people, them children lives. Make she go on if she want to go on and go find her next man. Because she going to run into the same problem. A worse problem than what she claims that she have with you. Let her go. Stay in your children them life. Don't make no woman run out yet. This woman dare come talking about it. She has the kids now. What my children them doing at your house after you try destroy my life? Stay in at the children them life. Go to get lawyer when your woman want to. As a matter of fact, stop married. Big thing they can hang over your head to take away the house and kick you out. Stop married. If women are not willing to come to the table and know, so listen, now come out of my children them life, you know. So I now sign a paper with you for you kick me out of the house. You see that? Argument done. It's not the government that go fix crime and violence, you know. How we have to get back in the homes. How we have to stay in our children them life. Our children. You think the government are going to fix us? Government are going to continue to build prison and court houses. And people are going to continue to go to school to be lawyers. So the system can assign them to send a child off to prison. So one can go and go get a plea bargain and give your child a criminal record. How dare you? Talking about this woman is now going to have to pick up the pieces after this woman has 2 children with this man. Stay in, brother, if you're watching this, fight to stay in the lives of your children. Do not be ashamed of your forefather DNA. We need to stop being ashamed of our forefathers' DNA. It was a shame to be a one burner traditionally or in ancient days. We have that DNA there. We just suppress it with Eurocentric teachings and Eurocentric doctrines. When they wanted to create more men in them society, they okayed polygamy. But they went into Africa with them Bible and planted it in our minds. The Muslims went into Africa. The Arabs went into Africa with their religion, and they saw the part of it that was good for them, the part that was good to their soul. So they implemented it in them Quran. You can have 4 wives. Because they saw the economic value. Everything we based on sex. Everything we based on the bed. You see? You're supposed to take the whole of the children, them. One, you're supposed to, oh, I'm coming to pick up the, you know, and polygamy is not about freakiness, you know. Because some people are talking about polygamy with freaky things, you know. And threesome and whatever they might do. That is not polygamy. That is not the ancient way. That is not the ancestral way. Polygamy is about many things. It's not just a little one bedroom. It's supposed to be about economic. It's supposed to be about family. It's supposed to be about happiness. It's supposed to be about togetherness. It's supposed to be about union, unity. You see? So because we base everything past sex, we forget about the community and the value of keeping the community together or building the community. Then we turn to government to do it for we. People out there demonstrating and marching with flags. Take the rainbow, turn it into their pride and marching for years to live them life. Our brothers who came over on the ships and the descendants of the people that came over on the ships. We are here now fighting to keep our children because our wives, fiancés and whatever the pretty names, want to take our children. I want to, oh, I'm going to find a man too. Why should I be in a relationship with you and our next man? Tell me why. Give me the reason why. Let me understand the reason why. Let me understand. Somebody give me the rationale. Why must I be in a relationship with you and an ex-man? What the value? What is the value? That are the European mindset. You see? It's a European mindset. Because farmers wanna put seed in a one hole. You're not gonna know who plant. Nature teaches us everything. Understand that. Miss Hall, if the man reach a point where a man has some form of medical condition, or you feel like him not do you like him want to do you, I saw it going on in the lion in the animal kingdom. A stronger lion just come take over. That's how you go. But you see, it's erectile dysfunction now because it gone back to the bed. You see? It gone right back to the bed. When in truth, all you need is stimulation of the clitoris to have an orgasm. So you take it right back to the bed. Because not even you know your own body. That is by stimulating your clitoris. You see that? You want big, long something. If you jam out your belly bottom, then you end up with cancer, womb cancer. Yeah? If you have function, there is medication we can use and fix him, herbs. Give him some herbs and go take a tablet. Like you tell him, take him pressure tablet. Wake him up, you go take him herbs. You see? Because at some point, you're going to end up with problems and issues. Understand that. When you reach menopause, you start dry. Your vagina start dry up. A lot of you go and have to take out in the womb. A little something what we used to bounce pan, gone. We not complain. If we have a dilly and dally and catch up on the side, we catch up on the side and ride same way. Yeah? We not complain.
Attention, please. Fire has been reported in the building.
What the
Please
fuck?
leave the building immediately by the
Fire,
nearest
fire.
exit.
I've run out of that building. Big up on yourself. Love on you, yeah?